then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right?
Welcome, everyone. You're now listening to the Say It With Your Chest podcast, and I'm your host, Mr. Lightskin Keith Sweat. Thank you to everyone who's been listening consistently. Thank you to everyone who's not been listening consistently, but has been listening. I really do appreciate everything. I don't care if it's a little bit or if it's a lot. I value all the support. Please continue to share, to subscribe, to like. Continue to be on YouTube. That's where we're sharing a lot of our clips. We're posting more over there. We started to get away from our IG posts, our Facebook posts, not as much because the love is not as real on those platforms. The engagement is not as real on those platforms. So we had to pivot. Nothing wrong with pivoting. Nothing wrong with making some light adjustments. And that's what we've been doing. Please continue to also support the merch. We have some new colors coming your way in the hats and the aprons. We've updated the link. We've updated the website. Definitely go check us out, see what we're working with, see if anything fit your needs. Again, we're not looking for too much, but if you're interested, we might have something that fit what you got going on. Please also check out the Love Up On Me playlist, as well as the Slaps on Tidal. Hip hop and R&B, separate playlists. I definitely have a lot of good bangers on there, Paul. Check us out. See if we got anything that you like. You know, if you need something in the background while you're at work, while you're at home, to listen to a nice little playlist, keep you going. The new current music. You like them oldies but goodies, we are not for you. We not your guy. I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to show love to everybody and support everything. Sometimes you got to stay in your lane, and I like current everything. Current movies, current TV shows, and current music. And that's what I wanted to provide. A nice playlist with all the current slaps that maybe not everybody know about. So check us out, please. Now also, it's still my favorite time of the month, Taurus season. Thank you to everybody who showed love during this season, showed some birthday love. I definitely appreciated all the feedback, all the happy birthdays, all the recognition. It make you feel good. You know, this year is a big year. 4-0. Everybody don't make it to the 4-0. So you have to acknowledge when you do and know that life is sometimes not always promised, and so you have to enjoy it while you're here. And that's what I've been doing lately. I told y'all I'm going to treat myself. I told y'all I always treat myself, but I'm going to especially treat myself. I didn't really know how yet. I'm still treating myself, so I'm still adding some things. I'm still hoping to do some things. So far, I've upgraded some equipment for the pod. Hopefully you can tell some differences. Now, I also told y'all I'm going to invest in an at-home sauna. I saw some portable ones. I saw that now located in Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm going to eventually get me one when it go on sale. I'm watching the prices, so I'm waiting on that discount. Also, my new tattoo. I already got a few ideas. I already know who I kind of want to do it. Now I'm waiting on him to start a special, okay? I need him to need some money a little bit before I come on in and ask him to do my tattoo. Even though I'm excited, I just know it's labor. I do know that everybody need to make their money. And I understand. I just don't want everybody to make their money off of me, okay? I need you to make your money off of everybody, including me, but more everybody than me, okay? Please spread the savings around so that we all can kind of save a little bit to each. But just know we gonna upgrade when the time is right. Be ready, stay ready, and you don't have to get ready. Hello, ladies. Happy Mother's Day again. I know I said I wasn't gonna do too much on y'all, but I want to acknowledge y'all again. Y'all be going through a lot, and y'all do need the recognition. Not all y'all, but some of y'all do need the praise and recognition more often than not. A lot of y'all don't get it the way you deserve. So again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the potential mothers out there, all the ladies who can't be mothers, but want to be mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Being you're probably a phenomenal auntie, and one day it may work out in your favor. Be patient. Just know the older you get, don't necessarily limit anything. Be patient, but just know time is ticking. A lot of people have ambitions in their life, but they still doing things that don't necessarily support what their ambitions and goals. It don't make a lot of sense. If you want to be in a relationship, you shouldn't be hanging with all your family and your friends. You should be dating a little bit more. But see, a lot of people think that the first date supposed to be the date that's going to lead to the marriage. It don't work like that. You need to invest and get to know people. Pastor at church the other day said it's going to take about a year. He said wait about at least a year, at least, before you make any decisions on who you think you might want to be. You need to see everybody in them seasons. There's 4 seasons. We need to see how people move in each season because people are going to make some changes. You need to make sure that they're going to be right for you. Keep that in mind. I don't know. Everybody don't make good choices. So, and everybody not cool with changing after they made a bad choice. Sometimes you might have to pivot again. I don't mind. I'm not avoiding it. See, when you don't want to start over, you might sit in some shit. Now, on that holiday, I made sure I was in church. It was Sunday. I really didn't want to give my time to the ladies, but I felt like I needed to give them something good to look at, okay? I felt like God don't want me to miss church. He allowed me the motivation to find a new church that was a little closer to the house, which made me have less excuses on why I can't go. So I'm keeping all that in mind. I'm trying to know that everything good comes with work. And like I tell y'all all the time, it's all about just showing up. You're going to get what you need if you show up. You're going to be motivated. You're going to be inspired. And God going to reward you some kind of way. Don't worry about how He going to reward you. Just worry about how you going to get there on time. Like Pastor said, you're not going to be able to go out on Saturdays if you're going to church every Sunday. That's just how that go. Them late Saturday nights, you ain't going to really be able to go out like that. Know what I mean? I'm going to still go out a little bit. Not that much. Not too much on me. I'm going to still show out a little bit. But I'm going to set that alarm and I'm going to get my ass up. I ain't going to hold you. You just got to make it a priority. A lot of y'all don't be late to work. So why you late to church? Now, I will say, sidebar, I'm having to make some new adjustments at the church. They starting to irritate me a smidge, and I'm not sure what I should do, and I don't really want to show them who I am yet, because I'm trying to be different. I'm really trying to work on myself. Now, I get there early. Me and the family, we get there. We sit in the middle of the church so we could get a good view. We don't have to have too many visual distractions in front of us. Now, I'm not sitting up front, a little more in the middle on the lower level. So I'm sitting in church, and there's a few ushers that like to ask people to scoot down to the ends of the pews. Either way, now their logic is, oh, hey, we don't want anyone to walk in front of you, so would you mind scooting to the end? Now, myself, I don't want to scoot to the end. If I wanted to sit at the end of the row, I would have sat at the end of the row because the end of the row was available. I wanted to sit in the middle of the row. That's what I like. So I've respectfully told a few people no. I've told them thank you, but I'm okay with people passing by. Now, what they don't know is I am requiring people to say excuse me. I am requiring people to have a few manners when they come walk past me. And if they don't start it off with the excuse me, I might initiate the excuse me for them to let them know that's what I'm requiring. Sometimes you got to let them know good morning if they ain't say the good morning first when they was walking by. Throw it out there. Let them know they missed it. Good morning. Yeah. Speak when you're passing by, whether you like somebody or not, whether you know somebody or not. It's just respect. And so if I don't get the respect, I kind of demand the respect, but not too much. Just know I might be switching seats. I'm not sure yet. Most recently, while at church, I had about 4 different ushers come to me. And I told all 4 of them no. Politely, but no. I gave them a nice look. And for some weird reason, nobody passed me. Nobody asked to cross over. Very interesting that they worried about something that ain't even happening. Now, maybe I don't look as friendly. I'm not sure. Now, I have been trying to wear this bow tie every time I go somewhere. Now, you see we got the short sleeves on, baby. We trying to incorporate the hot weather and these bow ties. I don't know how we're going to make it work. We're going to take a little break because it's summertime, Now, you see, we got that summer mink ready. we won't be smelling good during summertime. Now, you see, we got that Lobos ready. We're going to be drinking good during the summertime. I'm just letting you know, we back. we feeling good. We looking good. We feeling everything, I don't know. But we loving life. See, sometimes you just got to be happy while you're here. Even if everything ain't going the way you want it. I'm working on a lot of things. I'm still hoping that I get this new job. We got the notification for the second interview. So shout out to us. Say some prayers. Because we want this. We get this, we turn it up. I ain't gonna hold you. We get this, we get this new job, we might show our ass a little bit. But only if they meet our price point. Because I'm not leaving my job if they don't meet that new number. I'm not unhappy at work. I don't like everything. But don't mean I'm ready to leave. Some of y'all be ready to leave soon as the first thing happens. Soon as somebody tell you no, you don't want to talk no more. Soon as you don't like what you hear, you ready to leave. You ready to tell. You ready to snitch. We're going to get into it today. We're going to let you know some things, Now, before we get into that, I want to give some personal story. I'm not the easiest person to get along with. Mainly because you learn a lot of people got a lot of baggage that they already have. And I'm the type of person who might trigger some things not knowing it. And I'm okay with that a little bit because that wasn't my burden to bear. So why am I trying to cater to something that I did not create? Sorry, but not sorry. However, I'm starting to get this feeling that people think that I'm a Sour Patch Kid a little bit. I'm a little sweet. I'm a little sour. And I'm kind of getting tired of removing people. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of getting tired of cutting people off. I'm thinking it's going to be time to make some change within myself. A little bit more. I'm always making change, but I think I'm almost ready to make some more change. Because right before my birthday, it was a Thursday. I was at work. It was my last day at work. I was going through my assignment. I'm making sure they don't need me because I'm letting them know I'm not coming back for a couple weeks. Right now, we're on week number 2. We've been enjoying ourselves. Sleeping. Not driving to work every day for sure. Keep that in mind. We not responding to Elon right now. We don't care about that. We just enjoying ourselves, doing what we want, watching TV, and really trying to just catch back up to who we used to be a little bit. I want to regenerate that feeling. I had a lot of things going on at the same time. And now I felt like after I turned in that assignment, I could go ahead and breathe a little bit more, celebrate myself a little bit more, celebrate by relaxing a little bit more, doing what you want to do. That's why I'm not really recording, but I'm recording. You know, you got to make time for yourself. You got to make time for your sanity. I'm aware of that. I was a little conscious of my moods, and I was starting to get a little frustrated at work. You know, and I was hoping that it wasn't translating to negative things at home. Negative things when I'm around other people, when I'm hanging out. I don't want to bring any negative feelings that's not meant for the people who they're meant to be for. So in order to hold myself accountable, I made sure to take that little time off. Now, like I said, before I took off, I thought I was going to have my last day be one of my best days. I'm turning in the assignment. I don't have a lot of work to do. I'm just making a few corrections that day. I even told my supervisor, as soon as she let me know that I done made all the corrections and there's no more to address, I was thinking about leaving. Maybe a half a day. Maybe even earlier than that. It didn't really matter. I told her I was going to leave the week before, but this assignment was holding me up. I thought by saying that, I was going to motivate her to move a little faster. But no worries. Maybe I didn't move fast enough. So I had to hold myself accountable. Like I said, I had to be understanding a little bit. But I was ready to take my leave. Again, I thought I was really looking fly that day. I thought that was going to be my little birthday outfit, even though I don't let them know my birthday is. Even though I don't be talking to too many people at work. I just want them to see something that look nice. That's it. I don't know if everybody get to see something looking good when they leave home. I don't know. But for me, it makes me feel good. It helps with my self-esteem, my confidence level. When you look good, you smell good, you feel good. You work good. You talk good. Your energy is good. You know, again, if you're out here scruffling it up, don't, like I said, you go get that fresh haircut. Next thing you know, you got that good smile on your face. Now, me, I be cutting my own hair. So I'm always with the smile because I can always freshen it up. Just like I did for y'all right before I got on the pod. Yeah, just today. You know what I mean? So, again, when you feel good, you look good, you talk good. I wanted to talk good today. So, I'm at work, and I have this meeting. They want to wrap up the assignment. Got a few big people in the meeting, and we discussing everything. We making sure we on task. We making sure we going to end the right way. They gave me a few sections. I did my part. I didn't have any questions. I didn't have any comments. However, during the meeting, toward the end of the meeting, my manager had the nerve to want to bring up my name. Although she's sitting right next to me. Sidebar, sidebar, sidebar. She came into the meeting late. Mind you, this is a little sister, you know, she black. You know, not too much on the black women. We like them. But, you know, she just got a little promotion. She coming into the office. She doing her thing. She trying to establish herself. But she got a strong personality. My supervisor, another black woman. It's one of my newer supervisors within this office. Another alpha woman. Another black woman. I love what they doing at this office I'm in. A lot of black and brown, okay? So I'm thinking, you know, when you're around your peoples a little bit, you minimize some small things. Well, just know I don't get to minimize too many of the small things due to who I am a little bit, due to how I talk a little bit. Although I'm aware It's just they not as aware, and when they try me, when they overstep a little bit and I got to say something, they don't usually like what I say. And the lady came a little late in the meeting. There was really no room at this conference table for her to sit. She thought she could come squeeze in between me and another one of our coworkers. She come sit. At first, she just sit a big ass coffee cup. I think it was one of them Yetis, okay? Maybe them Stanleys, okay? She sit her cup down. She sit her cup down on the table. Then after about 2-3 minutes, she realized she needed a laptop. So she pulled her laptop out. She kind of asked people to kind of scoot a little bit, but she don't ask. She just kind of put it on the table. I said, "Oh, you need some room?" I said, "It was a little tight." She said, "Oh, is it a little too much?" I said, "Well, I mean, can I be honest? Because it is." No comment though. She's supposed to be the boss, but I mean, can I tell the truth or not? She then proceeded to pull out her mouse and her mouse pad. Now, again, she at the corner of the conference table, okay? In between two of us, there's not enough space, really, for her. So she's squeezing in with all this stuff, okay? But she's the boss at this level. And they letting her do her thing. But I'm letting her know we a little close. Elbows kind of touching a little bit. And you won't come in, put some things on the table that's going to take up even more space. In this meeting, me and her even have some sidebar conversation, laughing, talking about different things within the order. She then proceeds to ask some questions about efficiency. She then proceeds to ask why I couldn't have led the assignment. Oh, I jump in because she looking at me, mentioning my name, but talking out loud to everybody else. Now, I'm thinking she talking to me, not that I care. When my name is mentioned, I only need me to respond. I don't need no one else to speak for me. So I let her know, no, I could not have led. I tend to give her a few reasons. We tend to go a little back and forth because she got some comments, I got some comments, she got some comments. I don't care. I'm quiet the whole meeting till you mention me. The meeting eventually adjourns, right? About a couple hours later, she won't chat. She want me to come in the office. She won't talk about the meeting. She ain't really like some of the conversation. I said, I ain't like you mention my name. She said, oh, I was only talking to the supervisor. I said, but you looked at me and you mentioned my name. She said, but I ain't asked a question. I said, I don't need a question to be asked to communicate. I need you to know who I am a little bit. I thought we were talking. I'm talking about the assignment. You talking about the assignment. Don't look at me, ask me why I didn't do something, and it's not my assignment. No, I'm not volunteering to do some things that other people could be doing, and they was on the assignment before I was on the assignment. Like, you looking for some trouble, and I'm not the one to mention. Not at work. And I had to let her know later that I don't play games at work. I'm about business when I'm at work. I don't want no trouble, but I'm with all the trouble. It just didn't sit well with me. I was feeling frustrated. That me speaking up for myself went that way. I hate that. I go through this all the time. Like I said, this is personal story time. I go through shit like this all the time. If I open my mouth, it's going to be some trouble with whoever I'm talking to. Family, friends, male, female. A little more black female, but female. Like, it's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to have some differences. I'm a little more stern in my communication. I'm a little more direct. They say I'm a little too direct. They don't want honesty these days. People don't want your truth. People want you to lie. People want you to tell them what they want to hear. Like you know what they want to hear before they say something. Where they do that at? You know, I don't know what I'm really supposed to do. I'm always confused when I reflect When I go to counseling, when I talk to others about different situations that I've experienced, I'm always confused as what did I really do wrong when all I did was speak up for myself. However, that's what you learn. A lot of people don't really want you to speak up for yourself. I thought about wearing these bow ties to work every day. I've been wearing that bow tie to the office maybe the last month and a half. A different bow tie every day. I'm thinking if I look good, maybe they'll say, oh, look at that little cute nerd talking a little bit here and there. We're not going to look at him as an angry black man. See, I'm definitely trying to avoid all angry black man perceptions. I don't want no trouble. However, when you speak up for yourself, it seems like you're going to get some trouble. Again, I'm struggling right now in trying to figure out what pivot I want to make. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm definitely going to do something soon. I'm thinking it through, trying to really figure out what my options going to be. I've thought about changing locations, and currently I'm applying for new jobs. So, like I said, when I change jobs, I usually like to start over. I like to adjust who I was, learn from mistakes, try to be better. Don't try to bring that old stuff into your new situation. See, a lot of y'all do that because you think it's not you. You think you don't play a role. You think it's always somebody else to blame as to what happened. It's sad. Everybody blame me. A lot of people don't blame themselves a little bit. Nobody take that accountability for their contribution. And I'm going to have to figure some things out because people are starting to view me a little bit more differently than I view myself. I'm starting to think that people think I'm a little more arrogant than confident. Let's read the definition of the two real quick while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. They say confidence means having a strong belief in oneself and one's ability, leading to assurance and self-reliance. I definitely got that. So we know we confident this way. They say arrogance means overly proud of oneself for one's own opinions. Now, sound like some gray area. Am I overly proud? I don't know. I mean, I'm not proud. I'm just confident. But I can see how people don't like some things and how the two can be confused. Fair, but not fair, okay? Because it's not true. All I know is men can't say a lot of shit, okay? Including this man. And I've learned this with everybody. Keep your mouth shut. It's something that I need to work on, but it's very difficult. And I used to say I don't care. I used to say that phrase all the time. It don't mean I really don't care. It just mean I don't object to whatever you want to do. Hey, can we go here? I don't care. That mean we could go if you want to go. That's all that means. It don't really mean I don't care about nothing in the world. It just means you can make the decision. It's not that serious to me. See, I got to start finding ways to say that. I got to start being a little clearer about my words, okay? That's what I'm learning. Some other things you can't say. The letter K. They say that's not okay no more. You got to put the O in front of K or give a full word, but don't just give no letter. I mean, I like to give silence. I think that's worse than the one little letter, but I feel like people looking for issues more times than not. Something else you can't do. I saw on social media, they say, you can't tell your lady you saw somebody who looked like her while you was out. Can't come home and say, hey babe, I saw somebody look just like you while I was at Walmart. Because what I'm seeing, they coming back and saying, oh yeah, what she look like? She look good? And right there, every man in the video start getting caught up because you can't act like you seen something looking too good. But if she don't look too good and you say she look like her, then are you saying your lady don't look good? I don't know. I don't know, fellas. Sound like a trick. Now, I like the other video when the men are asking the women to just look in the video and telling them that they can't do things that men can do. and all they doing is being quiet. I like all them videos. Follow the IG, because I'm going to be posting all them videos so that you can see what I'm talking about. You know, you got to watch your words. You got to watch what you say, because a lot of things can be misinterpreted. You know, growing up, my mama told me that women can change their mind, even if they not right. She didn't throw that even if they not right part in. I threw that part in, but she said, hey, I could change my mind anytime. I said, but Mom, that ain't always going to be fair. What about everybody else involved? She ain't had no response. And I'm just looking around in the world today, and I'm seeing that a lot of that be going on, okay? Sometimes they say they cool with it. Sometimes they say they not cool with it, okay? I don't know. I saw this quote on IG. I be on IG from a woman, a black woman. She say, some of you didn't want a husband. You wanted a moment, a wedding, a look. Now I'm adding in them kids in that family. That's part of that look. And a status. You crave protection, but reject submission. You expect a man to protect what he cannot lead. You didn't want a leader, you wanted a sponsor. You wanted provision without order. So, now I'm not saying I agree, but I'm not saying I don't agree either, because I agree more than not. A lot of people do just want everything that come with how it looks, with being with somebody. And, you know, moving into the next topic, the hottest topic in the world right now, P. Diddy is on trial. Oh my goodness. This all y'all talking about. I'm so happy I didn't release episodes on top of episodes before this, because so much has came out, and now I can come to you after hearing everything, after seeing everything. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't heard or saw half of anything. You know, I'm just catching a couple clips. I'm just seeing a few little pieces. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be given a little grace when I give this, because I'm trying to be super respectful, okay? I believe P. Diddy should be in jail for any domestic abuse that he's caught. I do feel like that they wanted the $20 million that he gave in the settlement instead of him going to jail. Seem like that's a little over, although that's all we hearing about is the domestic violence part. I won't hear about the sex trafficking. I won't hear about the underage minors. You know, I won't hear about all the alleged stuff beforehand. And that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing he beat on Cassie, and Cassie kept coming back. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing freak offs. I'm seeing baby all. I'm seeing Kid Cudi, Michael B. Jordan. I'm seeing the sex workers was men. We're going to pause all that. Because, hey, do what you do, playboys, but keep it to yourself. Live your truth out loud a little bit too. But a lot of people like to be fake and phony. You know, they say he groomed Cassie. But I also want to know, was she being groomed by Ryan Leslie before she met P. Diddy? Because she was messing with him first. They say she was 19, 20-ish. Young. I get that. I also get a lot of these young ladies like older men. I'm also starting to see and learn over the years that a lady is not always with you for you. Sometimes they with you for what you could do for them. And that's not love. Just letting you know. When they there for you, that's love. You know, everybody had their own assumptions, including me, before the trial started. I'm thinking he's traveling with underage people, holding people against their will. And it just seemed like he reaching out to see who down for the get down. Seemed like in the beginning, he just liked to watch Cassie do all the work. Why Cassie ain't on trial too? Why she ain't part of the sex trafficking conspiracy? Wasn't she doing some of the sexual acts with some of the men who was coming, Paul, to the freak offs? Wasn't she initiating some of the initial communication with the men as they arrived? I mean, didn't she play a role is all I'm saying. And didn't she also admit to liking it some of the times? Sometimes I like some things, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like fish. Lately, I ain't been liking shrimp as much. I needed to take a little break. I'm okay with that. Don't mean I don't like it. Just mean I don't want it right now. You know, she out here doing some things, and then after she do some things and some things happen, she says she got some mouth sores. Seemed like she said she had to treat herself afterwards. A lot of medication, a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol. Sound like a good time. I'm not with all the drugs, but I'm just saying, sound like if you willing to be a part of some of these things, sound like everything is consensual adults participating in these activities is all I'm saying. I'm thinking we were going to see some minors. Sorry. I'm thinking we're going to be seeing some people held against their will a little bit more. Again, I think he should go to jail if the state was charging him for all the domestic violence stuff. But all I keep hearing is he had some situations, some incidents where he put his hands on them. And I think that's wrong. I think that's ugly. I don't think men should put their hands on a woman. Now, I also don't think women should put their hands on a man. I just want sidebar, throw that out there. I know that ain't part of the case, but I just want to add that in. Hey, women, keep your hands to yourself too. Most men don't want to do things, I would believe, but don't provoke a man either. Just know if you entice somebody to do some things, they might do something. You provoke a dog or a cat to bite you, they might bite back. That's all I'm saying. Play with them if you want to. They're capable. That's all I'm saying. Now, y'all know how to not do too much with certain individuals or certain animals, but sometimes we won't play the game when it comes down to the men. Why? Because women are protected by the courts. Is what it is, fellas. It's a dangerous game. That's why you keep your hands off these ladies. That's why I guess you can't be flying the ladies out no more. Hey, ladies, sidebar. If you ever been flown out, just know some ass come with that. Sorry. Somebody wanting to have some sexual encounters. Now, I do believe as adults that you should also be wined and dined if that's what y'all doing, or y'all hanging out, y'all having a good time. You know, and if you are, I'm thinking, hey, we got plans to do some things when we get back home. I don't know if all that part of this situation, but they saying you can't be doing none of that no more. Can't be paying nobody to perform any acts. It's illegal, period. And that includes flying out. That includes gifts, especially if you're looking for some sex in return. Hey, ladies, men love sex more than you, I think. I don't know. Ladies say they like it more, but they don't want it more. So how you like it more and you don't want it as much? I don't know. Maybe y'all turned off by the rose. I don't know. Maybe you need to get a rose a break. Put that rose down. Hopefully you find you somebody to help replace the rose. Hopefully you can rejuvenate your body after the rose, but hopefully you can find somebody who could meet your standards. But I do see where the world is going, and we going to hell just a little bit. Like I said, I don't know what to do about the trial. I don't know what's going to happen. I know a lot of people coming out. But I'm being surprised by some things, and I'm thinking the defense handling themselves pretty well. I think he's going to get a little time, but I don't really think it's going to be what they talking about. And he might just get time served. Now, I want to say, being a freak, sound dangerous. I used to think I was, not too much on me. I used to think I had some tendencies, but not like that, not like that. Got to be careful, got to stay in your lane. Okay, I stay in my lane. Black women only. We black women only this way, okay? Sorry to everybody not black. But that's what we like, that's where we stay at, that's what we support. Even though they got issues too. But what do we do? What are we supposed to do? What are they gonna do? Cassie is 8 months at the trial testifying. And she's saying a lot of different things. She's not really contradicting herself, but I also don't think they're trying to do too much. I think because she's pregnant. Because she really did go through that domestic violence. Like, we not denying that. The defense didn't deny it in their opening. They acknowledged that those things happen. I don't know why we keep talking about it. If that's what you want to penalize him for, let's stop the trial now. Everybody go back to their business, and you can give him his time for just that. But that's not what he on trial for. If I'm going to jail behind something that I did, please give me my money back, okay? Because if I gave you some money because of that, because that's the settlement, and we still out here talking, bringing me down based on the same situation, then I thought we would settle. Again, I'm not saying I believe in the settlement, but if that's what she wanted, then why are we still here? I don't know. Now, that video, I didn't watch it. I heard about it, though. She got her ass whipped. Like, Diddy, you wrong. All you men wrong for thinking you can handle a woman like she a man. Think you can overpower a woman like she a man. Knowing damn well you won't do none of that to no real man. Now, I also want to add, sound like there's been a lot of people who was around. A lot of people who watching. A lot of people saw everything. But they don't have to be part of the problem, part of the jail time, part of being convicted of something. So that means we can mind our business and nobody got to worry about getting in trouble for minding your business. I just want to be clear, because I be minding my business. Just know I see a lot of things and I ain't going to say nothing. But I want to know that I ain't going to have to go to jail just because I don't want to say nothing. All you people who benefited, cashed that check from Diddy and not plead the fifth, let me know some things. Let me see how people really out here moving. I ain't gonna hold you. And I am not feeling things like that. I don't understand the people who think that's cool. I see a lot of ladies do it, but I don't see how we think it's cool. Sound like people being used until it's not favorable for them, and then it's okay to do whatever. Why we can't just move on? I'm trying to avoid most of the platforms that's talking about it all the time. Why? Because there ain't that much else to talk about. We looking for some other things to talk about. I want to talk about where TD Jakes at. Where you at, bro? I ain't seen you. I ain't heard from you. I thought you was his pastor. I thought you be praying for him. Oh, you ain't got your church no more, so now you can't come sit in the courthouse? See, I also feel bad for his kids. Now, if you got kids, you don't want them hearing about what you're doing in the bedroom. All your escapades, all your endeavors. I don't need mine hearing nothing I done did over my little time. Keep your mouth shut. You know something about me. Because guess what? I know something about you, too. We know something about each other a little bit. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I heard some of this started because Cassie wanted to write a tell-all book to make some money. Tell her side of the story. You think with her new man, a new family, new kids, living, but them money not coming in like we needed to be. We can't live that lifestyle we wish we was living. How can we go and do that? Sometimes pillow talking at home lead to some more options coming about. I don't know. All you need is a little support system and you willing to do some things, whether it's right or wrong. But don't come back after the fact and say some negative things about me and once told me you had strong feelings about me. Friends, family, relationships, none of that. Please respect the difference and mind your business and move on with your life, if that's where you at. But all that talking out loud, all that snitching, gonna get some stitches. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know from who. I don't know. But I feel like some things gonna happen. Now, I won't end by saying I think Diddy need to testify. Don't be like Tory Lanez on here. Don't be like Tory Lanez. You need to speak on your behalf, Mr. P. Diddy. Everybody else got a story to tell. I want you to tell your story too. Like I told my supervisor, like I told my branch manager, Nobody could speak better for me than me. Sorry. But y'all might not be confident like me. Y'all might not be on your A game like me. I don't know. Keep that in mind. Now, more on Tory Lanez. He in the news. Now, I don't know if I want some people to finally come speak out on my behalf after I was stabbed a bunch of times. Maybe that's God paying you back for whatever role you played. I think he did some things, but I don't think it's what they saying. That's all I'm saying. And Meg don't care. Meg want them to be quiet. They want him to just do his time. And she blaming him for everything. I don't know. I really don't think it went down like that. It does look like Kelsey was the one, but Meg don't care. And you see how that works? It's not about the truth all the way a little bit. Nah, Tory, why would you defending the black women? Oh, they say men supposed to protect and provide for the woman. I don't know if I'm taking no gun charge for no woman. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. Now, if we wasn't committing a crime together, like, why I'm just going out my way to take a charge for you? Like I said, some of this seems crazy. Been seeming crazy. I'm just kind of tired of all this stuff going on, but I don't like to see innocent black men in jail. Again, don't know if they're innocent, but if they are, I don't wish that upon no man. Because there's more men in jail than women. I don't wish this upon no woman either, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, I also don't wish no harm on my guy, Chris Brown. Oh, my goodness. We not going to have a tour this year. You could hear it from me first. See, in them other countries, they don't be playing. You better go talk to Brittany Griner. They don't be playing. They said he didn't even go to trial till July. They said the tour starts in July. All I do know is, Chris, you ain't know you did something? Or there was some allegations of you potentially doing something? Or somebody in your crew doing something and they think it was you? Because if so, I just would never go back again. I would have avoided any place closely related in case they wanted to do some things. I also would have had my people go and research. Double, triple, quadruple check. Ask some questions. Get some feelers around and see. However, it do seem like the people out there in Manchester did this on purpose. Set this up. They gonna get paid. They gonna get a check to get him out. Now, I don't know how much he gonna have to pay. I don't know who gonna pay it. But Chris Brown gonna get out. Chris Breezy, he gonna be out now. Is he gonna be ready to do a tour? I don't know. That's why I didn't buy them tour tickets. You see what I'm saying? Can't go to everything. Sometimes things happen, and they don't be liking to refund that money quickly. Nah, I hate talking about black men in the news. I really do. But I'm black. I see that we be in the news, and I just feel like it's important to talk about some of these things. Mr. Smokey Robinson, they say you about to be 85, bro. And I don't know how far back they reaching, but they say you might have did some things. Now, dang, we ain't got no statute of limitations on some of this. Again, I don't know. I just want people to come in real time a little more. All that, when your money dried up and your life ain't where you thought it would be at, or somebody made you mad a little later on in life, you might want to come and finally say they did something. Maybe you just want to check. Maybe you want to see them go to jail. I don't know, but Smokey? Dang, Smokey. Maybe. They say Smokey, he freaky too now, they say. Better go listen to some of that old people music if you want to hear what they was on. And I heard they be on some things now. Don't let that old smooth talk fool you. They be saying some things in their old way. But them ladies ain't playing, fellas. So if you did something, just know it might come out at some point. That's why I've always tried to be good to all the ladies that I've ever come across. Again, I wasn't perfect. I didn't do everything everybody wanted me to do, but we don't have no domestic violence. I do hear a lot of times that ladies starting to try to throw around this emotional abuse. Sound like that's up for speculation of what that means. Because ladies always got emotions, so how does that equate me abusing them if you always got them? I don't know. I don't know. I hope no one thought I did anything. If I did, I apologize. Just know that. I didn't really do nothing, but if you thought I did, we sorry over here. See, sometimes that sorry go a long way. So I want y'all to document this. We sorry. Hey, Lil Wayne, your ex-lady say you kicked out on Mother's Day. I ain't gonna hold you. I like what Booster said the other day. He said a woman scorned is a motherfucker. Yes, she is. You hear me? Black or white, fellas. A lot of y'all be dibbling and dabbling, unlike myself. But seem like there's some consistency and some trends, and seem like the ladies have figured out a few things. So play accordingly, fellas. You can't fly them out no more. You almost need a contract. You almost need some sort of an agreement. You need to have them acknowledge that everything cool. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not playing like that. I'm glad I've never played like that. Again, fellas, stop leading with your money. You might not be taken advantage of as much. How about that? Hold on to a few dollars some of the time, bro. You working too hard to be giving it away like that just for a little ass. I mean, ass is nice. For us freaks out here, ass is nice. The ladies' ass, of course, but it's nice. But it ain't worth the trouble some of y'all be going through to try to get it. A lot of y'all thirsty. A lot of y'all seeming desperate. Why you gotta be online looking at something, talking to something you ain't never met before, thinking that you could spend some money to just have him come out and think that's not gonna come with a little drama potentially. Potentially. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't know. You need to go on a little date first before you get to spend a lot of money. A light date. Walk in a park or something. Ice cream date or something. I don't know. Something cheap. See if they're really there for you or they there for what you might could do for them. How you might can elevate. But also, I'm noticing some other things, fellas. Y'all like the ladies who not bringing nothing to the table but they beauty. And they booty. But they beauty. Damn, fellas, y'all ain't got no higher standards than that. Y'all can't do better than that. Now, look, I won't give another perspective. Hey, ladies, I don't think men are grooming y'all like that. I think some of y'all understand the game. Ladies play the game better than the men play the game. I ain't gonna hold you. Ladies know out the gate they looking to gain something. They know they want that family. They might come get that kid out. Because, see, in my opinion, they should have always given the birth control to the men. But if they did that, we might not have no children running around here. That's all I'm going to say, real quick. That they know what they're doing out here in the world. They know who to give what to make sure that everything keep moving the way it's supposed to be moving. I just wish we could change for the better. The world, you know. But sometimes it starts with self. Hey, DDG. Haley Bailey. Some more drama. I thought y'all was looking all right. Seemed like somebody not as happy that y'all not together. I don't know which one. Maybe both of y'all wish y'all was still together. But maybe y'all didn't know each other as much, and maybe some things happened that led y'all to have a kid. That's most of us. Some of us be picking and choosing, but some of us be just making mistakes, having a good time, and shit be happening. And you gotta handle your business. Don't mean we plan to be with this person the rest of our life. We knew this person was gonna be everything we needed them to be. But sometimes we still try. And if it don't work out, it don't work out. And that's okay too. Sometimes it's okay to move on. Hey, sidebar. Father's Day coming up. I know y'all don't talk about it later. Let's see if y'all gonna do something this year. I hope the fellas kept Mother's Day a little light. I ain't gonna hold you. I kept it a little light. Father's Day always light. And Mother's Day usually never light. So we gonna mix it in. We're gonna balance this thing out one way or another, fellas. You got to figure it out, fellas. Sorry. Even in your relationship, you still continuously having to do things to make sure you get things. I don't know the game we always playing, but I know it's not fair to all. What are we gonna do? I thought everybody wanted love. I thought everybody wanted to be with somebody at some point. It just seemed like everybody want everything that come with it, but don't want to do the work the right way. I wish everybody goodwill. I hope what's truthful will come out, and what's not truthful won't come out, and will be corrected the right way. DDG sound like a good guy. All he want to do is stream. All he want to do is talk about his son, be with his son. Now, I get it. He don't want to be with the girl no more. Cool. Now, did he put his hands on her? That's another question. Because you could be a good guy and still do some things. You could be a good woman as well and do something too. See how they go? Now, sidebar. I believe women be giving sexual favors to their man even if they don't want to, just to make sure that they make him happy. I think everybody in a relationship do things they don't want to do 100% because that's part of the job. That's part of the role. If you're going to be with somebody, is that sex trafficking? Are you being forced to do some things against your will just because you made a choice to do some things for them that you didn't really want to do, but you did it anyway? I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Like I said, I'm going to mind my business, but I'm seeing what's going on in the world and just know I'm adjusting myself. I can't change what they're doing at all. I'm just trying to give y'all a little light opinion while I'm minding my business. But I want you to know I'm seeing everything and I'm interacting with people totally different in the world. I don't really want to talk no more. Like I said, I want to make all the adjustments right now because you see people don't play fair. People selfish. I kind of like when people saying, you know what, I don't want to be bothered no more. I hate that that's where we going in the world, that more people are choosing to be alone. Men and women. I know some women and some men who really not actively worried about being with somebody. Don't care. Rather had a peace of mind. I ain't mad at some of that some of the time. Nah, some of that get a little lonely, I guess. But a lot of y'all act like it's not a problem, although we know everybody got a problem with a little loneliness from time to time. Now, I know some people who not lonely. Rihanna. Rihanna not lonely at all. Her and ASAP look like they expanding their family. Why y'all though asking her why she ain't married yet? Why? Because y'all chasing the marriage that she got to be married. Y'all don't know she make more money than him? See, that's what the ladies don't like to add in, that the marriage benefits the woman, not the man. Ooh. I'm sorry. I ain't want to say it like that, but I didn't know how else to say it. It upgrades the woman a lot more. About 80-20. I think if you're a needy man, having a good woman come into your life gonna bring some stability, gonna bring you some foundation. You're not clean, she gonna bring some cleanliness. You don't cook, she gonna bring some of that in. You need some help, some motivation, some structure, some balance. That lady gonna come bring you that. A lot of men need that. I get that. Nah, not all of us men need that. Some of us men need a peace of mind, okay? We might want to be with somebody, but don't mean we need something from you. And what if all we need is the sexual endeavors? I don't know, if we're a little more like-minded, a little more equally yoked, especially financially. I don't know. All that expectations and roles and not the same anymore. Just depends on how needy we both are. Seem like music has so much drama going on. The only new music I've been listening to was that Kanye. Not too much. It was good though. Not too much. We're gonna move on, but it was pretty good. Now I heard Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, Chuck D. All them had new albums. Whew, that's pretty old. That's grandpa age or something. Somebody, mamas and daddies supposed to be listening to that. I don't know. I mean, everybody got to try to make some music, try to, make a living for themselves, I suppose. So, good luck, everybody. We not worried, but interesting. That's all I want to say. A little interesting. Now, in the last music drama news, Cardi being all set to stay with some drama. Now, Cardi B got a new man who supposedly got a few ladies. Not too much on their business, but just seemed like two adults trying to have a good time. But what I want to say, I was watching them at the Knicks game, looking good, sitting on the first row. Sometimes having a good time, you ain't got to worry about all the drama. You ain't got to worry about all the logistics. Just have a good time. Sign that contract, though, saying that you there for the good time and that nobody did any trafficking, any things nobody else wanted, okay? It was all mutual. You got to start having contracts that just show that we both agreed to what we doing. I don't know. But we don't need no drama, okay? Now, again, fellas, getting women to agree don't mean they agree to the domestic violence. Just want to throw that out there. I don't think you have to be together to make sure you raise a healthy family. I know a lot of women be a little mad when they not with the man. I know a lot of men be mad when the women find them another man, especially another man who make more money than you. Now, this Offset and Stephon Diggs drama been going on for a minute, okay? We ain't gonna get into it too much, but sound like Cardi B been doing some things, but they say Offset started. Two wrongs don't make it right, is what I'm gonna say. So just because she did something after the fact don't mean she more right than him, okay? Just throw that out there, but only God judge, not me. God be judging, though. He be seeing. That's why you ain't got to worry about it too much. A lot of y'all already ready to convict all the men. You know, I'm going to talk to you ladies a little bit. All y'all don't like Diddy. Y'all was doing the take that dance, though. Y'all love Danny the Kane. Y'all love the band, making the band, the show. Y'all was with all of that. Y'all liked everything from P. Diddy. Bad boy. Now all of a sudden you find out everybody ain't what you thought they was, and no one's perfect. Everybody makes a mistake. Are we not allowing some level of forgiveness? Again, after you have paid your dues, after you have truly apologized and, show love to God first, letting him know you're sorry for your actions. See, a lot of people think you got to get the apology from the other person. I don't really think that. I think you need to make sure you're improving yourself with God. And a lot of times, you don't know if he said you good or not. And that's where it get tricky. A lot of y'all looking to hear it's okay. And God didn't say it's okay. Don't be listening to man all the time. Listen to God. Keep that in mind. They playing basketball. We love that basketball. We playing basketball. They love that basketball. Hey, everybody. Sports is coming to an end in the summertime right now. We about to take this big break that we know is coming every year. Basketball is dwindling down in the NBA. Although basketball is starting in the WNBA, and that's where we going to start at, the latest. WNBA season back, and we not watching yet, okay? I was just playing. Like, we keeping up, but we not watching it yet. Okay, maybe in June when NBA go off, but they back. And they already got drama. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark had a game early. And that was a hard foul from Caitlin Clark. And I didn't like how she walked away without acknowledging a little bit more, without saying sorry, without standing in that shit. You gonna go ahead and issue a hard foul, look her in her eyes. Let her know that's what I did. Don't walk away, turn your back. You know she behind you. She wanted to kind of tuck her tail. She wanted to pull that little white girl card out. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah. They say, oh, you can't bring out race. RG3 brought up race. Why can't I? He won't defend Caitlin Clark. Why can't I defend a little more Angel Reese? That's all I want to say. I like what Ryan Clark was saying about RG3. I ain't going to hold you. I don't think RG3 can speak about this topic. He not having conversations about what it's like to be a black woman at home. Sorry. Yeah, he black, but everybody at the house ain't. So, what are you preaching at home, bro? Sound like you like milk a little too much. I don't know. You talk about it a lot. That's what Ryan said. Ryan said you talk about it way too much. And he was your teammate as well as he worked with you after y'all retired. And he said you be doing a lot of that funny stuff. He ain't like it, but he be taking up for you. He be supporting his black brothers. And you came out alleging that Angel Reese was hating on Caitlin Clark. You didn't have to say that. Sometimes you ain't got something nice to say. You ain't supposed to say nothing at all. But see, you only learn that in the black community, unfortunately. I don't know if they say that in the mixed community or in the white community. But in the black community, keep your mouth shut. You ain't got nothing nice to say. That's what I heard, you know what I mean? I don't listen all the time, but that's what they say. That's what they say. I don't know. I think you shouldn't be touching nobody, but I thought it was a hard foul. I thought it deserved just a flagrant. I just didn't like all the backlash. I don't think there should be no hate. I like Angel Reese trying to motivate her team. They was losing badly. They lost that game. Caitlin Clark had a triple-double on them. So she really didn't need to foul like that. But no easy buckets. I ain't mad at it a little bit. Again, stand in your shit a little bit more, Caitlin. But I don't need you speaking about women's shit, RG3, if you ain't got nothing positive to say. See, that's what you learn in the black community, especially when you're speaking on your own people. I know a lot of people don't be saying that, don't be knowing how to do that, but if you don't have something nice to say, move on. You're not helping. And when you're doing it anyway, we going to do like Ryan Clark did, and we going to let you know that you're not helping. And we're going to check you too. See how that works? Mind your business. Keep your opinion to yourself if you ain't got nothing nice to say. And it stopped right there. Now, moving on to NBA playoffs, since my Lakers been gone, it's been a little sad, not too much on LeBron and them. But just know, all the people who played in the Olympics got hurt and really not making it too far in the playoffs. It's really sad to see. Now, I do want to say the Olympics did go after all the old people. They wanted all the older, mature veterans to make sure they got this W this past Olympics. So it's just what come with the game, I guess. I don't know. Moving on, you got OKC just beat Denver. They about to play Minnesota because Minnesota just beat the Warriors. Ant-Man versus Shea. Now, I think Shea gonna get the MVP over Joker. I think they was waiting to see who won the matchup. It went to Game 7. And the only reason OKC lost, I believe, was because Aaron Gordon got hurt. That's my feeling. But a win is a win, and they dominated in Game 7. I'm glad they moving on. Ant-Man been resting, and I want to see what they going to come out and do. OKC got home field, but I'm going with OKC. I'm going with Indiana to win it all. I like the pace. I think they got an easy road. They've been dominating all playoffs in both rounds. They're the only team, in my opinion, that did well in the first round and did well in the second round. Every other team struggled. They battled. And the Indiana Pacers looked a lot more dominant. So I'm going to get an edge to Indiana. Indiana about to play them Knicks. Knicks looking all right. Not too much on the Knicks. I don't really, but they looking all right. Jalen Brunson be doing his thing. Shout out to Jalen. He be doing it for, I think he about 5'9". Shout out to the 5'9s, you know what I mean? But I think he about 5'9", 5'10". I think about 5'10". He be doing it for short guys, who got skills. I'm thinking about getting back out there. That's the thing. When you get a little older and you want to get back and think you can play some sports, you get to think about them injuries, okay? Especially if you had an injury before. I've torn my ACL before a long time ago playing ball. So you don't want to be injured again, okay? So you got to wear a knee brace. If you tweak your ankle, you might need to wear some ankle support. You got to do a lot. Now, they say it's in some of them low-top sneakers. I don't know. That's causing some of the injuries. Stay healthy if you want to keep playing. But them basketball players don't care. They get their check the same way. As long as that check keep getting cash. I don't think nobody care. I know Paul Pierce cared a little bit when he was walking them miles. I think about 17 miles he said he had to walk from his house all the way to the studio, all because he bet on the Celtics to win. He had to walk. That's what he said he would do, and that's what he did. So shout out to Paul Pierce for sticking to his word, because they was at his neck, Paul, behind if he was going to honor what he said. That's why sometimes don't say something if you ain't really going to do it. And he was about that life, but it seemed like he wanted to back out. But he was kind of pressured, and he was made to hold himself accountable. And I'm with that hold yourself accountable a little bit more. So something else I'm a little confused on if I'm happy or not. They say Michael Jordan, not the son, not Michael B. Jordan, the real MJ, not Michael Jackson, is going to be on NBC next season doing some sort of commentating or contributing, I should say, to the network. So it's going to be interesting to see. They say Mike be telling the truth, and y'all don't want to hear the truth. So I hope he come around, because we need some truth. We don't need no racist truth like Trump, but we need a little more truth going on in the world, okay? We need a little more honesty going on, a little more accountability. So I want to see what he going to bring. NBC doing some things they say on paper. Say they setting themselves up to handle their business, to replace TNT, to compete with ESPN. They spending big money. So we going to see what they doing, but they got a lot of money to spend. They must have made a lot during the Olympics. I don't know. Moving on, I want to say somebody else who got a couple dollars. Not too much on their pockets, but I like what them Sanders boys doing. One, they didn't have that many options, so they was going to sign the first offer they got, and they both signed with the teams that selected them. And I like that. We're going to see if they're able to make the team. We're going to see if they're able to get some playing time. Shador, though, bro, you got like 4 people behind you, and it's going to be tough. Shador, you got 4 other quarterbacks on the team. We don't know who's going to get the playing time or not, but I'm happy that they signed you, because that let us know that's a good thing so far. They let us know you're going to get some money. They let us know you on the team. So right there, it let me know a few things. Let me know that the quarterback that they drafted before you, a couple rounds before, he didn't get signed yet. Interesting. But why did they pick him before you? Again, another interesting thing. Why not just pick Shador before him if you were going to pay him before the other? Like, y'all not doing the right things, and it's making y'all look bad. It's showing y'all not prepared, and why y'all always in the same predicament every year. But maybe Shador can bring y'all some luck. I don't know. Maybe just being on a team, some publicity. Y'all need whatever y'all can get. Now, what I do like seeing is Jaden Daniels' mom be involved in his life. Now, I see a lot of people be hating on the fact that he actually has a mom who cares. A lot of times you see all the critique. You know, you saw that critique with Deion trying to be there for his kids, trying to communicate that he not letting his kids be taken advantage of. He gonna be involved. He done been in this situation before. He know people. He connected. He one of the greatest of all time. Why would he just let his kids transition into this new world that they don't know nothing about without some guidance, without some extra protection from him at home to do all he can do? He can't do everything, but he can do some things. He can say some things. He could try to let everybody know that you can't mess over these. You could do what you want with somebody else maybe, but not with mine. See, I like that. I like good family who support their kids, whether everybody liking it or not. And what I'm noticing is everybody who got a problem with it, you don't see their parents be involved. You don't know if they got parents. You don't even know if they're good parents in their kids' life. If they're active, if they're involved enough to protect, to limit some of the difficulties that people and kids go through, especially when they're dealing with things on their own. Everybody wish they had somebody to help them along the way. Everybody wish they had somebody to teach them some things, get them some advice when they needed it. but we gonna critique those who get that advice. I'm seeing a lot more young men with money, get taken advantage of by women. Sorry. I want y'all to know that y'all need to be okay and protect y'all family. I need everybody to know that it's all right to go against anybody for your people, for your crew, for your children. See, they trying to get to your kids without you so that they can manipulate, confuse, catch them off guard a little bit. And it's not right. Something else that's not right. Derek Carr, my city, my Saints, New Orleans. We ain't got no quarterback no more. We ain't like you no way, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. We were happy you was gonna leave. We ain't like how you did it, though. But we happy you're not there no more. You ain't did nothing while you was there. What we mad about? We ain't appreciate that little video, though. And you kind of went feeling around to see if any other team might have been interested in you. You was under contract, bro. Where you going? Are you looking for a trade? You trying to facilitate a trade? You ain't get no permission? Okay. Go on about your business, bro. Then you wait to make this announcement after the draft? Why? Not before the draft. So we could have picked up Shador. But see, that's our fault, because Shador's right there waiting on him. And we ain't do that. So we going to see what's going on right now. Right now we ain't going to be seeing on primetime, though, because Saints ain't got no primetime games. To all my fellow New Orleans Saints fans, all my fellow Who-Dats, just know it's going to be difficult to watch the game unless you at the sports bar, unless you got the plug I got, or unless you're at the game yourself. Now, a lot of y'all be at the game, so keep doing y'all thing. Just know you don't know who your quarterback is. I wouldn't be spending the money. They might be handing their bags over their face this year. I don't know. I heard they think they want Arch Manning. I don't like it. I ain't hold you. I ain't. He ain't Shador, but he got the complexion for the protection. So the writing be on the wall. We see it every time. We know what's going on. Stop making excuses. Let's just, I don't know. Let's just make change the right way, I guess. I don't know. Some other things I don't know about. Back to my city. What you going through? That's why I left y'all. That's why I left. I'll be showing love. I'll be supporting. I'll visit. And I just left not too long ago, not too much. 10 inmates escaped from the jail at night, and ain't nobody saw nothing going on, and people was at work. Cameras was running just fine. Ain't nobody looking at the cameras. Now, I heard recently that they just arrested the maintenance worker because he had the water off in the cell where the toilet came out the wall where they escaped from. So, somebody snitching. Somebody figuring something out. And they gonna make an example. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Then New Orleans, y'all secretly using facial recognition in the city for the past couple years, but you can't track down where these fools at. These inmates were doing hard time. Some real criminals out here. This ain't for some soft crimes. Some of these violent crimes, violent criminals that's out there ain't looking to come back. Now they didn't call 3 out of 10, but that's not enough. That's 30%. That's a F. That's a F. That ain't winning right now. Okay, so I don't know. Hey y'all, just know your boy escaped. We not going back to mama house. We not going back to the city. We leave. We somewhere else, chilling, okay? Now, I get it. I can't get on that plane, but we figuring something out. And maybe I can get on that plane. I don't know, but if I can, Colombia, somewhere they don't extradite. I don't know. Somewhere where the beaches got all that sand and the clear waters. That's where I'm going to be at, okay? Relaxing. Somewhere where it's safe and where I can mind my business because I don't need much. I might learn how to fish or something. I don't know. So I can feed myself and don't have to worry about going to the grocery store as much, but I'm not going to be talking to too many people. I'm going to figure it out, but we're not going back to where we were just at because they going back to jail. They need Jaden mama to be looking out for them. See, everybody ain't had no mama looking out. Maybe you're not bumping your head as much. If you got a daddy protecting you a little bit more, maybe you're not bumping your head as much as you would have if you was out there by yourself. Now, some of y'all don't listen. But I also know that if you wasn't taught to listen, then you will never listen. So you got to start young. Or that gentle parenting some of y'all be doing, ain't it? So you got to be careful with how you want to raise these kids, because it might backfire when it's time to implement some things. Or y'all won't be soft and think I could be tough a little later. It don't work like that all the time. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now look, I'm also a proud Black Catholic from New Orleans. And we just want to show a little quick love to new Pope. Now again, I told y'all, I think the old Pope heard some things from J.D. Vance that he didn't like, and he said, you know what, I don't need to be here no more. But I like that this is an American Pope, supposedly from Chicago, with some New Orleans ties. So shout out to my city a little bit, although he not claiming New Orleans. So don't be claiming him too much. A lot of y'all all ready to claim somebody that ain't claiming you. He ain't come back to the city looking for you, but it's cool. It's nice. It's good for the Catholic community. And it might be time for some change. He said he won't continue what was going on. Hopefully bring some adjustments as well, while still building off of what was already being done. See, we don't need no Trump to come in and implement all your new things. We need you to build off what's already was going on. Can't do like Trump trying to reverse everything. Nah, y'all about to be paying more money. They said them tariffs kicking in come June 1st. Sorry to let you know. I hope y'all done made y'all groceries a little bit. Hope y'all done stacked up on a few necessities. But they say price going up. Walmart said they gonna increase their price. Now, I don't know whose side Trump on for real, because Trump said Walmart don't do too much. He looking. He said not too much on the price increase. You need to eat some of that. You can't just make the consumer eat all the different. The price increase not fair. Restaurants, traveling, food, entertainment, and a lot of these businesses trying to make the consumer pay for all the adjusting costs. Keep that in mind. I told y'all summer coming up. Last week of school right here. I hope y'all got plans for these kids. Because you not on summer break. I just want you to know that. You got a job. You still got to go to work. And what you gonna do with them kids? Because sitting at home, using up all that electricity? Playing on that phone, watching TV? Eating all that food? Not being productive? Not losing no weight? That ain't it. That ain't it. You need these kids to be outside, sweating, doing something where they learning something, okay? Again, give them a week or two off. Take a quick little trip somewhere where you could drive. Drive. Wait till after Memorial. Take you a little drive somewhere for a little weekend. Get them a nice little reset. And then put their asses in some type of camp, some type of training. If they in a sport, let them practice, work on something, okay? But don't just let them watch TV and play on their phone, okay? So keep that in mind this summer. You know it's going to be hot. What you going to do? Hey, I also want to say, when God says your time, it's your time. You know, it's getting scary getting older. We just made that 40. Shout out to everybody who just made 40 this year. So a lot of people I know celebrating their birthdays. A lot of people having nice parties, celebratory events, looking real nice. I just want to say for myself that watching people who don't always make it to 40, those who don't make it too far past 40, don't always make it feel good, you know. Definitely make you feel nervous. I'm watching Diddy in the courtroom, all that gray hair. I'm like, damn, dog, you been dying all your stuff, bro. Like, I need people to start living their truth a little bit, you know. Embracing their age a little bit more, protecting themselves, catering to the fact that they want to be here a little bit more, focusing on their health a little bit more. You see, Joe Biden just said he got diagnosed with prostate cancer. He in his 80s. Shout out to him. Hopefully, he could figure something out. He could make it not be as tough as it is. Because they say it's pretty tough right now. They say it's a advanced stage. Now, it looked like he was having some issues before. Looked like he couldn't stay awake. He couldn't remember some things. I thought that was just old age. I don't know. But what you're learning, age don't always mean and determine when stuff start happening. I know some people right around my age, people I grew up with, people I went to school with, who learning that they having some health complications. I know a few who's been able to come through those health complications. They've been able to battle through treatment and come out on the other side. Shout out to Dana. Shout out to my cousin Brandy. I know those ladies definitely was able to win the battle of breast cancer so far. So shout out to them. I see, homeboy Chris. He dealing with some prostate stuff, but I see he in the gym heavy. He communicating and sharing his results and how things are looking a little more on the upside. But you got to take your life serious. You don't know if it's the drinking, if it's the smoking, if it's the lifestyle, if it's the lack of working out. You don't know if you're eating right. You don't know what it's doing. You don't know if it's genetics. All I know is get tested, get checked out early so you can try to fight through it early. You don't want to wait to find something out too late. Then it might be too late. So I just want to wish everybody, not just them, especially them though, but I want to also wish everybody good health. I want to be here and I want everybody to be here with me. I won't be here by myself. I might not want to talk to you, but I don't want to be here by myself. I need other people to be here too for this world to go as it needs to go. And we want to just be healthy. Like, why not? It's okay to sacrifice. It's okay to let go of some things. Sidebar. Older couple I love, who I bowl with. I remember they telling me a story how Mr. James was on a lot of medication. And then he switched his diet to straight vegan. And then after that, he reduced all his medication from maybe about 25 different medications to about 2, just by changing his diet. Now, I've changed my diet a long time ago. Not that I had anything. I was just tired of what I was eating. And I went to a little bit more of a pescatarian with a side of bacon type of a diet. And my doctor said I'll be doing all right. I'll go to the doctor. Hey, black man, go to the doctor. Hey, please go to the doctor. They say the ladies go to the doctor all the time. Hey, man, they say we don't be going. I be going. I like to go once or twice. Now, when they say, hey, it ain't time to go based on insurance, I just say, let me know when it kick over again and I'm there right after. Because I'm not trying to overpay just to keep going. But I just like to not miss nothing because you never know. And you only get one shot at this. That's all I know. So outside of sports, outside of the news, outside of going to church, I've been watching TV. I try to catch a show in from time to time. I try to catch a movie from time to time. Lately, ain't been that much. Right after I caught Sinners, that, again, wasn't all that. But I'm proud that this black movie, they made the type of money independently that they done made. So again, support. You ain't got to like everything to still show love, to still support. I watched, I supported, I'm shouting them out. It ain't got to be the best since sliced bread. It still was good. Quality at its finest. There's nothing wrong with that. I also saw a recent movie called My Dead Friend Zoe. Great movie. Morgan Freeman in the movie. A few other actors, actresses that I recognize. Don't remember their name. But quality movie. Quality military-based type movie. Talking about PTSD. A lot of y'all ain't been in the military, act like y'all got some PTSD. Now, they say you get PTSD from a lot of different aspects, a lot of different avenues. But we not going to act like it's the same. Just like I was telling you, that the sex trafficking or the sex working that Diddy and them doing is not what we usually look at as sex trafficking and sex working, okay? Sorry. Seem like there's a difference. Out of respect for the military, their level of PTSD is a lot different than some other people's level of PTSD. That's all I want to say. They're a little more battle tested. They really been through some things, seen some things, lost some people. Now, if you living that life out in America, out in your city, and you toting them guns, you in them streets, you might have seen some things, been through some things similarly. Okay. I get that. You might have a similar PTSD. But this movie was all about that. It was all about family. It was all about her dead friend Zoe and how her friend still had a hold on her even after her death. I just want you to check it out. Again, it was really, really good. Caught me off guard. I saw a little clip, but anything Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, I'm watching all that. Michael B. Jordan, I'm watching all that, okay? You need to give him a chance and give him tons of grace. Maybe they just trying some things. Like I said, Sinners was good just because Michael B. Jordan was playing two different characters. I ain't with all that scary stuff, so that's it. Support who you like. Support who look like you. How about that? Without all the extra judgment. See, that's why I also been watching Godfather of Harlem. Now, I think I said it was season 3, but it's actually season 4, last episode, and it's going great. I like everything about it, and I ain't gonna hold you. Frank Lucas is cutting up. And this last episode, episode 5, whoo, it then got hot. Got active. A lot of action. And I can't wait to see what's about to happen next. Bumpy Johnson got a lot of things to figure out. And I also like how we adding in the Black Panther Party in the mix. See, watching shows like this teaches some things you might have wasn't informed about from another perspective. Sometimes you got to watch some people that look like you to learn some things about people look like you. You keep watching some other things, you ain't gonna get that same feeling, just like I told y'all about me changing the church. That church seemed a little more African American. American, but they got an African vibe. But I was thinking, I wonder if it feels super African because I've been around the Watts a little bit more. I've been not as much around my people at church. I've been a little bit more around everybody, a little more mixed crowd. I like that too. However, when Black History Month came around, I was not feeling like we were being loved on and supported the right way. And every day at this church, I'm feeling the love and support. Ain't even nothing going on. And when something is, they talking about it. They got something to say. I like that. Now, Pastor said the other day, he don't really be liking. Pastor said the other day that ain't but 2 genders out here, male and female. So I don't want to say too much about that. But he said he know a lot of people ain't gonna like it. So feel free not to come back. I don't know. I like how we be direct at the church. Me. Say it with your chest is all I'm saying. I like that. I don't know if I stand all the way like that. But he said the Bible only speak about 2 different genders. So, I don't know. I don't challenge the Bible, even though they be using 2 different versions of the Bible when they quoting things. They use the King James Version as well as the Common English Version. I ain't really familiar with this Common English Version. But I'm just trying to feel them out a little bit. Like I said, as long as they stop bothering me about where I'm sitting at, we gonna be all right. Somebody who not gonna be all right, y'all. I just finished watching You. Joe, bro, you just can't stop doing what you be doing. Is what I'm seeing. You think you're in love, and then every time something happens, you feel like you gotta go and hurt somebody. You got that cage downstairs in the bookstore that you feel like if I need to, I got it whenever I need to. And you be using it. But it was getting a little sloppy in this last season, bruh. You left yourself a little more open, Paul, for what happened this season. I won't give high end. I'm going to wait till next season. Just know I finished. And just know it ain't coming back. Just know supposedly I think that was the last season. And it is what it is. I'm kind of over it too. I'm just glad it's over a little bit, hopefully. You know, sometimes they be trying to have all these spinoffs, just like SWAT. SWAT got canceled again for like the fourth time and coming back somewhere else. I don't know. You know, Shamar Moore, he got to stay with a job. You know, the ladies like Shamar Moore. They like, you know, the brothers, light skin a little bit. So, not too much on that. We like that a little bit. Now, y'all also say they got this new show on Netflix called Forever. I heard it was a little too young, though. I heard it's for the teenagers, and they got a little more relationships and sex appeal in this. These type of shows, to me, promote and support what be going on in the world, what be motivating younger people to start doing things a little earlier. Now, I haven't watched it yet. They did just get renewed for season 2. I'm going to check them out. I'm going to see what's up. I don't know. I'm torn a little bit. You know, I'm not with watching things with the young community for real. But I believe my kid might be lightly interested, and you got to know what your children watching. You can't be letting them watch stuff and you don't know nothing about it. And you don't need to watch it with them all the time, but you need to know what they watching. So you can talk about it, so you can have questions, so you can understand some of their thought patterns, see what's going on. Stop trying to let these kids think they could raise themselves up like they out here by themselves and you paying all the bills, bringing them everywhere. But they not doing everything all the time. Help them out. Teach them something one day, okay? You know, they don't be teaching them as much on All American, but they say that's back too on Netflix. See, I don't be watching CW. Sorry. I got to wait till it come on Netflix. Now I got to wait till the plug get it, but the plug get it when Netflix get it. Just letting you know. I just finished the finale of Handmaid's Tale. It was the last season. Everybody ending. Everybody can't maintain. Prices going up. Everybody not still interested in the stuff. And they be taking all these breaks. Can't be taking 2-3 years off, 4-5 years off, come back, think we still tapped in. You know, they came back in April. I ain't even know. Season was almost over by the time I learned they had the season. But I like that because it allowed me to watch a little more faster. Allowed me to binge watch in a couple of days. So, Handmaid's Tale. If you don't know nothing about it, it's a unique show. I think it has a lot of relatability on what's going on right now. They're trying to do a lot of controlling though. Again, we need to do better right now to make sure that we don't turn out to be like how Handmaid's Tale is gonna be. Now that's on Hulu. A lot of y'all got Hulu. Y'all can watch that. June be doing too much though, okay? Main character, she be using and abusing. She changed her mind as frequent as everybody else in the world be changing their mind. You know, I don't know. One day she like you. One day she got 2 men who like her. One day she got 4 men who like her. Seemed like all the men liked her or wanted to be with her, and she wasn't even that cute. I didn't understand. But see, sometimes they like the rebellious kind. They like the spunky kind. I don't know. She wasn't sweet. That's all I know. But she could keep her a man or 2. That's all I know. And not in the way you're supposed to keep it, because that's not what the show about. Again, great show, especially some of the earlier seasons. Don't watch it with no kids. It's definitely not kid friendly. Got a lot of violence in it. It's a dark show, so keep that in mind. You know, before I go, I just want to share that I was watching how that reporter tried to touch Denzel Washington, and Denzel had to check him. Denzel had to let him know, and he touched him again. He grabbed him a second time. I would have swung on him on the second time. I ain't gonna hold you, Denzel. But you're a better man than me. And that man was a white man, and you knew you was still black at the end of the day. You Denzel, but you knew that wasn't going to go good for you at the end of the day. 2 wrongs don't make it right. Keep that in mind. I just want to let y'all know. Don't touch Denzel Washington. Don't touch no Washington, okay? Especially not this one. So thank you for listening. I appreciate all the love and support. Please subscribe. Please like, share. Please listen on YouTube.
I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet,